4 kids, a wife, team of 26, and 2 businesses, I often get asked, Gary, how do you do it? I'm going to share with you 3 key things I think are vital to enable you to achieve more, to get more done, and to create a life that you ultimately want to live. If you enjoy this type of lifestyle-based content, then please make sure you follow and subscribe for more. The first and most important thing when it comes to spinning a lot of plates, juggling lots of different areas, having a good work-life balance is getting your partner bought in to everything that is going on. The entrepreneurial, the self-employed, the business owner journey is tough, particularly when you're first starting out. There has to be sacrifice. Now, you've got to generate leads, you've got to maximize sales, you've got to deal with the administration and the invoicing, and also the financing. And it can be really tough, particularly as you begin to grow, when you start taking on more team, when you start increasing your business expenses. Fear can set in. I call it the entrepreneurial guilt. When you're working, you feel like you should be at home. When you're at home, you feel like you should be working. And that's a real big mindset trap. So the most important thing is getting your partner bought in to where you currently are and where you want to be. If your partner understands that there needs to be some sacrifice, which might be some time, might be some evenings on weekends, but they know that it's for short-term pain for long-term gain, then they're more inclined to have less anxiety towards it. Many business owners, coaching clients that I speak to, don't communicate well enough with their partner, with their kids, and that causes tension and friction, because unless you're on the same page, and communication is absolutely key, it's going to make life more difficult. So I see quite a few relationships, some of whom are friends, and in my circle, you've got husbands who are going out for work, and you've got wives who are at home raising children. And generally speaking, I'm someone who likes to bring as much to the household as I possibly can within the time that I've got. We don't have pink and blue jobs as you often hear in some households. I make the beds. My wife takes the bins out. It's all about doing what is relevant to keep you efficient. You can't do everything, and you have to work in partnership and together to get shit done. And that's how, when you remove the stress of home life and you make sure that that part of your existence and your day-to-day is taken care of, then everything becomes easier within the business, because you're not carrying the burden of what's going on at home. When you get your partner involved in the journey, the destination, and everything that's going on, and you set clear lines in the sand with almost roles and responsibilities, a bit like a business partnership, then you know who's responsible for what, and you can begin to sing from the same hymn sheet and thus live an easier lifestyle out of the working environment. So with your partner bought in to where you're taking your business, and when you're going through those periods of working more hours or sacrificing time with the family, the way you end up getting more done is to chunk your time. It's really sad, but prioritizing what's most important and living by your calendar is really key. My gym is in my diary for 6 a.m. I get home typically at 8 a.m., eat breakfast, make sure the kids are ready for at school. We've got our 4th child, he's only months old, so I'm doing the school runs. So I know that I need to leave the house by 8:35 because I've got to drop the kids off. I'm either coming home to work in my home office, or I'm going to this physical office where we have the team. But it's all broken down once I get here. This content is in my diary at this time, no other distractions, ready to record the content. The phone calls that I've got to do, the meetings that I need to have. You need to work in a very structured way on the highest income generating tasks at your highest energy times in the day. It will be pointless me producing this content for you at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, because that's where I have an energy dip and an energy lull, and it's not going to bring you the best piece of content. So the more you can structure your day, the easier it becomes to manage time. When you're able to manage time more efficiently and more effectively, you'll find that you're able to get more things done. Now, whether you choose to use the likes of the Pomodoro effect, or you work for 15 minutes and take a 5-minute break, or for me, what I find works best is working on a specific task for a specific period of time. And I don't stop working on that task until it is completed. Once it's completed, then I'll go to the loo, then I'll eat, then I'll go for a walk. And when I come back, I work on the next task or the next project. If you allow your day to roll on over and over and over, all of a sudden it's gone in the blink of an eye and you have achieved nothing. The highest priorities and the most important, highest income generating activities should get done first, along with prioritizing your mental and your physical health, because if you leave it till later in the day, that's where excuses and procrastination can set in, particularly if you've had a fire that you need to fight, not a literal fire, but something that's gone wrong in the business, or a team member that's been a pain in the ass, or a client that's causing you grief, or in a mortgage sense, property has been downvalued, or the application has not gone the way that you wanted. If you've left your mental, physical health, as well as your highest, most important tasks until later in the day, and they're forgotten, you're never going to get time to work on your business. You're not going to be performing at your best, and you're going to feel more stressed and more anxious about life and business. Howdy team, thank you very much indeed, and I hope you are enjoying this episode. Please go over to my Instagram. There is a link in the show notes for you and in the description where you can go straight through and see behind the scenes real live footage of a day in the life of Gary Das. You'll see me, you'll see my team, you'll see things that we are doing consistently to generate leads, increase sales, and maximize profit. And we show you how you can earn more, work less, to live the lifestyle you love. So head over to Instagram now. I'll see you there in the comments, in the DMs, or in the stories. The third and final part is my belief that team equals time. It would not be possible to take time off to look after the kids, or to focus on income generating tasks, or to have a holiday, or to be able to chunk my time more efficiently and more effectively if I was still wearing all the hats of a self-employed business owner. The leads and the marketing, the sales and the conversions, the administration and the invoicing, and the processing and the delivery, and then the finances, the cash flow forecasting, the making sure that the accounts are taken care of. You have to delegate and elevate. You have to let go in order to be able to grow. And that's going to give you the opportunity to spend your time on income generating tasks. Whether you choose to block chunk your diary as we've just spoken about and do your appointments on specific days, the most important thing is that without team, you're not going to have enough time. Everybody, my belief, should have at least a PA. Someone who they can delegate some of the marketing, some of the posting on social media, some of the invoicing. As you begin to grow a much larger team, you then start having a Morgan who manages all your YouTube and social media content. You have a Camilla who deals with concierge and client success. You have a Jack who looks after the operations of the business and deals with most of your team. You have salespeople and advisors. When you start realizing that you can achieve the lifestyle income that you want, along with the time to actually live the lifestyle that you want, that only happens by creating team. As soon as you begin to get team, you'll begin to have a much easier life. I don't believe in 9 till 5, and it was a huge mindset shift that I had to make, and it took me years, if not over a decade, to understand that when you go self-employed, you can work the hours that you want. Now, even if you're watching this and you're employed, you can still, I believe, have an entrepreneurial job. You don't need to be self-employed to live your dream life, to earn the income that you want. You just need to get really good at your craft and then talk to the business owner, talk to the entrepreneur, and find out what you need to do to either create yourself more time or to create yourself more money. It's very, very simple to get to the lifestyle and the income that you want. With self-employment, you carry more stress, you carry more burden, you have to take on more risk, you have to have a higher risk appetite. You can't afford to have a bad day. So understand where you are versus where you want to be, the lifestyle that you want versus the lifestyle that you've got, and then begin to build the business that helps you to achieve that. Get your partner on board, work in a more structured way, and everything becomes so much easier. I've been self-employed since 2006. My first 2 years, I was a mortgage advisor working off of my dining room table from my home. I started to build a business in 2009 after the credit crunch. I let my best mate buy in, bought him out. I built a team, recruited too badly because I had no clue what I was doing, got rid of everybody, went back to me and my PA, learned from my first mistakes of building a 10-person team in 2012, and then scaled up, building a 7-figure business that I absolutely hated in up to 2015. Business is not easy. It's bloody hard. It's often 2 steps forward for 1 step back, or in some cases it could be 1 step forward and 2 steps back. But what you've got to realize and what you've got to understand is it all starts with the lifestyle that you want to live. It all starts with your business helping you to achieve the lifestyle that you want. My belief is that your business should support your lifestyle. The job that you do should give you the lifestyle that you want. It doesn't happen overnight. Going self-employed at 26, I didn't realize what I realistically wanted to do until I was about 38. Much like finding my wife, I had to go through loads of pain of realizing what I don't want in my day-to-day to then be able to create what I wanted. But it took me 12, 14 years in order to be able to achieve that. There's no quick success. There's a whole host of shit that goes on under the iceberg that you see poking out of the top. There's a whole load of fakery out there on social media. And if you've enjoyed this type of content, I'm going to bring you the good, the bad, the ugly, the ups and the downs, and the roller coaster of building a lifestyle-based business. Fortunately, my wife and I have an absolutely amazing relationship. She is my best friend. I talk to her first before anybody else, which means that chunking time, building the business and achieving the lifestyle is so much easier. So thanks very much indeed for tuning in. Make sure you connect with me on any social media channel. Reach out if you're having challenges in building your own lifestyle business, and we'll see you on the next episode. Thanks very much. Remember, now's the time to become pro.